Alright guys, hey there everyone, and welcome to me doing some Elden Ring PvP, because why not? Anyway, this will be me also showcasing essentially the build that I'll be using in that one stream that I plan on doing, where I play through the base game from beginning till end, and this is mainly just me testing it out on stream with some PvP action, aka with other players invading me. And I'll actually get to see if I maybe need to switch out, for example, the weapons that I have here. Like on the Swift Spear right now, I have it blood infused because we have a higher amount of arcane, and Stormcaller in case they get really aggressive. We can actually switch out one of these talismans. I'll switch out the Winged Sword Insignia here for a talisman that I actually picked up randomly earlier, which increases specifically my arcane by 5 points. I mean, hey, more arcane, higher blood loss buildup and all that. Anyway, you may be wondering as well, why the hell am I naked? Well, that's also very simple, because this entire build revolves around the Rock Heart, which essentially I can only use when I'm not wearing any armor, and it does essentially this. Turns me into a dragon, half dragon something, and if I actually use it again while in this form, I actually get a buff to dragon incantations. And hence why I'm also using the Dragon Communion Seal for an additional buff, plus an S-scaling in Arcane. But if I use the Rock Heart again, those same incantations will get an additional buff. Anyway, let's turn on the PvP here. And yes, Rot Breath, the better version of Rot Breath is in my arsenal here, but I only plan on using that on people who are just immediately aggressive, you know? Actually, hang on, a wrong one. I was actually looking at what this item does. It's pretty funny, but it's funny up to a point, you know? Now we just need to wait to get invaded. Limgrave. Oh, we're being invaded. Also immediately get off of Rot Breath and actually select Ghost Flame Breath. Because I actually have, while I was testing this off screen, I actually have had I actually have had invaders who I just one-shot with Dragon Maw. Which actually gives us some hyper armor, actually. And they spawned right there. Hey! Meteoric Wolf. And they're nice, so I won't be using Rot Breath on them. Oh, Meteor Greatsword though. Oh, hey, we actually killed each other. We actually killed each other. That's a first. I guess we both win. That legitimately is a first. Funny way to start off the stream too. Also, the transformation lasts permanently until I die, so yeah. Only whenever I seriously though, that was funny as hell. But only that. So the rock heart transformation only lasts. Well, essentially lasts forever as long as I don't die. But you guys saw how much damage the Dragon Maw immediately did. It nearly took his entire health bar. So if he didn't level Vigor, he would have been screwed there. Like, he had a slither of HP left. But god damn. Like, seriously. Not what I was expecting there. The fact that I also nearly one-shot them too. Because the only buffs that I'm... Like, the only actual... Like, item buff that am using is the one for using the Dragon Heart or the Rock Heart the second time. And then using the Wondrous Physic for... Essentially for damage negation. Like a little extra boost towards that. And I think Poise, but I'm not going to have much to... I don't have any Poise to begin with, actually. Since, you know, not allowed to wear armor if I want to use this. Also, throughout the stream, we will actually move, like, locations. Like, not constantly stay in the same area. Although, this is a nice looking area. Right? It's actually the path you take when you actually walk into Caelid normally. Also, up there you actually get an NPC invader, which obviously is already dead. But yeah, the reason why I have the Swift Spear is because it can trigger the Millicent's Prosthesis Talisman with the fast attack here. Plus, the Millicent's Prosthesis actually gives me 5 points in 5 points in dexterity as well. And honestly, why not? Also, with the buff that I get here, like, it specifically raises the potency of incantations and greatly raises the potency. So they are essentially doing the same thing. It's just that you can equip both of them to get the effects of both. So your incantations will do a bit more power. You have a similar thing for sorceries as well. But yeah, it's essentially just really funny. I actually need to look up if there are more than 3 Thorn sorceries. Like, I know the 2 that are in the base game, which are also the only 2 that there are. And there is that impenetrable thorns incantation that you get in the DLC, but I don't know if the DLC added more thorn sorceries. Which, for some reason, they are sorceries, but for some reason you need faith to use them. Which is also kind of funny. Did I... Yeah, just had to check if I actually turned on the... I just had to check if I actually turned on the Taunter's Tongue. Otherwise, since I'm by myself, I won't be able to get invaded otherwise. But seriously, the first invader that we get, we literally end up killing each other. That is just funny. And as I mentioned before, that was also a first. Like, literally, me and the invader just killed each other. And at least they were friendly about it, so I bet you they had a laugh about it too. We both of us won and lost, which is just straight up funny in my opinion. And we're being invaded, yay! Our second invader. Again, if I get an invader that's just immediately aggressive and being a dick, I'll use the Rot Breath on them specifically. But if they're like being nice, I will not use it, cause come on. Alright, that means that they should have loaded in. And there they are. They're being nice, so no rot breath for them. I actually want to use Dragon Maw on them. Just to see if I can one-shot them. Obviously letting him buff. One shot! Wow. Jesus. I mean, the first guy we almost one-shot with this same incantation. Oh wait, this one I do want to pick up. But we like the first guy, we literally got to an inch of his HP left. He had literally had like the tiniest amount of health left, so he just survived it. And that guy got one shot. Also, the Dragon Maw actually provides some hyper armor while you're casting it, so that's something I definitely am taking advantage of, because this character right now has 0 poise, has completely 0 poise, which means I can get knocked out of casting anything immediately, unless the spell has hyper armor. But I should also mention that the people invading me should be around level 200, which is what my character is at. So they either are level 200 or are like a few levels below it. So the fact that I'm one-shotting them is interesting. No real reason to break that and pick it up, but other than, hey, it's 100 runes if I use that the golden rune one. Now, obviously, we'll do a bit of walking around while we wait to be invaded. So there is a site of grace over there. Let's see if we can make it to that site of grace before we get invaded. Also, the Tibia Mariner should be here. That one Tibia Mariner should still be here, though. Yeah, Beast Eye Quivers. That's the Tibia Mariner. That thing over there, which we are not attacking. But yeah, this transformation literally lasts until I die. That's the only way to get rid of the transformation, is literally death. Still no invasion. Don't mind the fact that there is a mostly naked dragon lady, I should say, since my character is female technically, running around. Now, this is the rock art, by the way, is something you can actually easily find in the DLC, just by picking up a painting in the in Shadow Keep, and then going in like the direction for the Bill boss fight, and you just literally go to the location in that mountain range where the painter or the ghost painter will be. And once you look at him, you just have to wait for that ghost painter to fade away, and then you can literally pick up the rock heart. But this is like one of 3 transformation items in the DLC. I have the Dragon Priestess too. Oh great, a Kirito cosplayer. Are they just immediately going for the attack? A bubble? Are they just immediately gonna go for... Yeah. Well, in that case... Like, for this guy, I will use Rot Breath. I mean, hey, obviously I let him buff, but also Black Swordsman, and he's using a spear. Not exactly a sword, now is it? But yeah, if they're gonna be like that and just immediately attack them, be attacking, then if they're gonna use like a very specific tactic, like just running up, doing this, and then just constantly stabbing like that, I will use Rot Breath on them. Actually, I should try some of the other breaths that I have here too. Magma breath. But yeah, like if I have invaders like that one in particular, I will use Rot Breath on them. Now we just wait. But yeah, like if I remember correctly, there are only three transformation items in the DLC, and they're only in the DLC. There's nothing like that in the base game, I think. But like again, this one is the easiest to obtain that I'm using here. The second one, you have to do a specific part, or you have to go in one specific direction for a quest line, which is the Dragon Priestess heart. Depending on which choice you make, or if you do a particular thing, you either get that or you get something else. Or and for the mask, you need to go to like for the third transformation item, which I actually don't want to have because I don't really like it. You have to go into like, I think one particular like crypt or something like that, and defeat the boss in that crypt, and essentially then you get that. But other than that, I'm happy with the two transformation items that I have here. Also, they had flame strike. I think it was flaming strike on the spear. But again, why name yourself the Black Swordsman and not use a sword, you know? It's kind of in the name. Alright, if we get invaded one more time, I'll change the location here. Or I'll change the location of where I am. But, so essentially that was the third invader of the stream so far. And I like to think that went pretty well. That third guy, I will admit, almost got me too. He probably would have gotten me if, you know, I had the common courtesy of saying hi, or at least bowing. You know, doing this. Before we started fighting. But hey, I at least gave him the chance to fully buff before I even attacked anyway. Keep in mind, I'm only using 2 buffs, which are from the flask, or from the physic, and from the rock heart itself. Just waiting to be invaded. You know, some places here do have a nice view. Especially if you look around before you burn that big-ass tree. Because otherwise you're just looking at a flaming tree, burning tree, essentially. But seriously though, now at least I showed on stream as well, like, this build that I have here has the potential of one-shotting my opponent. I haven't tested it against any bosses yet, so that's gonna be fun to do once I begin that stream where I play through the game from beginning till end, which is probably gonna be several hours long. Let's face it. So I need to most likely either stock up on a few energy drinks, some snacks, obviously, and or just essentially some drinks with caffeine in them. Because I'm most likely gonna be streaming. If I am gonna do that stream, I'm most likely gonna be doing that for several hours. Of course, I'm now just trying to figure out when the best time for start doing that stream is, essentially, before I do it. Because again, I essentially have the build that I want to run here, and this stream here is essentially me just obviously kind of showing it off and essentially just seeing if I may need to switch out the weapon loadout. And we're being invaded. Hooray. Also, I will say as well, if they have the tactic of running into NPCs or into the enemies over there just to try and lure me there, then I'll use Rot Breath on them too, because yikes. Well, actually, if they do that, but at least and don't bow or something and just immediately run into it, then I'll use it. But if they bow beforehand, then I probably won't. But I'll just literally stand here waiting for them if they do that. Like, while I was testing out this build as well, when I was actually first trying out the build, if it's good or not, I actually had like a couple of people waiting out, well, at least one actually. So not exactly a couple of people, but I literally had people waiting out both buffs that I apply, like the physic, they just waited that out, and the thing that I get from the rock art before they even started attacking me. Like, they literally ran, hid. Keep in mind, I saw them spawn in and everything. They literally ran away, were hiding somewhere until the buffs wore off, and then decided to go for me, you know? Oh, I guess they decided not to invade. Aw. Sad. But, yeah, like, that is just a dick move. Just running and hiding. Well, running and hiding in this game in general if you're invading someone. Because at that point, they're just waiting for the host to get himself killed or run out of healing. But, yeah, like, that sort of tactic in particular is just such bullshit. Or it's just such a dick move if you do it. Like, if you're gonna do that, then why are you even trying PvP? Or why are you even doing PvP, you know? If you're literally gonna wait for the enemies to, or for the actual NPCs to kill the host. Like, God, that has to be the laziest thing ever. But so far, I actually had that only happen technically twice, but it was twice, and it was twice the same guy. One time was quite literally the first time that person or that player invaded me was just me having fun in PvP before I started the stream. And then during the stream itself, I actually had that guy invade me again, and I just immediately went for him because I knew exactly what he was going to do. And he may or may not have been cheating because you can't jump off of a cliff that is 100% guaranteed fatal if you fall down. And somehow just completely vanish and disappear and reappear somewhere else. Like, if he jumped down because I literally saw him, like, jump off a ledge that should have killed him, but he just vanished. So from that alone, I think you might have been cheating. But again, if I encounter people like that as well, I will literally not do a thing and have them waste their time being here, being in my world, so that they can't like ruin the fun for other people, you know? And those, by the way, I should mention as well, in total, that one player as well, I kept him for the first time he invaded me before I did the stream. I literally kept him in my world for like over 2 hours, which he wasn't really happy about either. I mean, hey, if they're gonna be a dick like that, then why shouldn't I be a dick back to them if they're gonna do shit like that, right? And I do have Taunter's Tongue active, right? Maybe there are just no people invading in this area. Yeah, sorry about that. I bet you the moment I find like a bigger enemy to attack, then I get invaded for some reason. Well, that's a dead guy. Well, that was a dead guy. And that's an undead guy. A couple of them, actually. It's quite literally a couple of the undead. What's this guy selling anyway? While we're here. Oh, looks like I already bought this stuff of value off of him. And they're retreating. I mean, hey, we had a couple of invasions already, or like literally only 3, but it seems to be slowing down immediately. And we apparently had a failed invasion. Clearly this is a dog, right? Could this be dog? Could this be a dog? Have your appraisal to be good. I mean, clearly that's a dog. Clearly these creatures are a dog, right? I mean, clearly. Likely dog. Behold dog, but don't expect unfathomable sort. Huh. At least that had some dialogue to it. Dog. Likely dog. A hidden message. Ah, grass. Therefore, time to sleep. I have a feeling I know what that's trying to reference. I think I have a feel that I know what it's trying to reference there. I'll just go walk around. Oh, little grove. Me just running around, waiting to be invaded. I mean, I could also try invading other people, obviously. And I'm being invaded. Yay. Let's hope this guy sticks, at least. Unlike the last one. That just decided to dip mid-invasion. A dude rocking the Radon armor. Alright. Are they also just immediately gonna go and attack? Yeah, they are. And they immediately took a massive chunk of damage. I'm gonna try and not use rot breath though. Lion's Claw, alright. I mean, hey, they were the ones who did that who didn't bow. And dead. Keep in mind, at the start of the stream, I made it so I had 0 runes. Alright, quickly rest. Like, you can kind of tell which kind of people will just immediately go for the attack. Alright, where to go next? Hey, you know what? Let's go somewhere into the capital. I know there are open areas and stuff, which advantage for me, but also if it's like a mage that invades me, which is currently the only one who's been able to kill me, if it's a mage. Am I immediately being invaded? Wait. Oh right, I teleported, so I have to turn that back on. Alright. Oh wait, here I can't use the, in here I can't use torrent, that's why I thought that. So I just periodically have to check the map and wait and see if there's like a red line through the site of grace, because if there's a red line, that means I'm being invaded and cannot teleport. Wait, that is the ice breath, right? During claw, during fire, glintstone breath. That one, ghost flame. So yeah, this must be the frost one. Let's try that one on the next invader. Ah. The capital filled with ash. Actually, I've never been invaded here before, so... Well, at least I haven't been invaded here while the capital is covered in ash, you know? I also have to keep an eye on, like, the top right corner of the screen, because if there's a loading icon there, then I should also check the map and check the sites of grace, because it is also an indication of, hey, you're being invaded. Like a little preemptive warning. Also, side note, I yesterday had some fun on my Buddy Twisted stream where me, him, and one other friend were like voicing the characters in the game Dave the Diver and just adding a little bit of funny dialogue. My performance was crappy in that, by the way, in my opinion. But the other guy, Holy crap! That was a surprise that he pulled off a female voice like that. I'd actually recommend to you guys check out that video, but one thing I should add, it's not the full video because the stream actually at one point, at least the stream to YouTube, cut out, which has also happened to me a couple of times, which is why I have the stream actually pulled up on my phone as well, so that if something like that happens, I'll know. But yeah, that was honestly a surprising. That honestly was such a surprise that the guy can pull off a female voice like that. And again, my performance in that was kind of crappy. But still, it was really funny to watch, at least. Or it is going to be at least funny to watch for you guys. Just heads up, a lot of queso jokes. Attempts at queso jokes, I should say. I saw that loading screen, but nothing. Can I even be invaded here, now that I think about it? I mean, I should be, since I can activate the ability to get invaded here. Because if you can't get invaded in certain areas, then you can also not use the items related to it. I could go down the well here. I mean, one fun thing for this build could be to get the Lord of Blood's Exaltation. Which gives me an attack boost when there is blood loss in the vicinity, and I'm mostly built around blood loss at the moment. Yeah, I see that loading screen, and I'm not being invaded. At least by the looks of it, anyway. There's also another way I can check if I'm being invaded, which is just run to the site of grace, and if I can't rest at it, then that also means that I'm being invaded, because I would be able to, if I could rest at grace while I'm being invaded, I could like recover all of my HP and FP flasks immediately. Which would obviously be unfair towards the invader, who already comes in with like not exactly a debuff, but they will only be allowed to have X amount of both healing and FP flasks. Like most of the time, since I can literally put 8 and 8, or since I can set it to where I have 8 HP flasks and 8 FP flasks, right? I mean, I can just look here, but that would, when I invade people, that would be immediately reduced to 3. Whoops, wrong one. Like, oh wait, it's 7 and 7, so if I put it both on 7, then I would end up, if I invade people, with 3 of each. So an invader already starts off with like less opportunity to heal, and less of an opportunity to recover FP, unless they use those specific talismans. Maybe I should switch location. Like, here I'm not being invaded. Maybe just go over here then. It's still in the capital area. It's just like before you actually enter the capital. But I will, since I teleported and there was a loading screen in between, I will need to activate these again. And now I should just be able to use the Spectral Steed these thing to summon Torrent to check if I am being invaded. Some of these areas are do look like pretty nice, honestly. Well, that's a large wolf back there. Honestly, I have this great sword of damnation on in my. I have it equipped because of the whole Ash of War that is pretty good to use in if you have high latency, at least if you could pull it off. Or I just have it in there for fun. Honestly, I just have it in there for fun because it's kind of funny being able to impale people and turn them into porcupines essentially, especially if they immediately die afterward. Plus that little animation glitch that you'll have occasionally where, yes, you did kill them, but their characters still get up, and the moment they get up and stand up, they just instantly die. That is funny to watch if that happens. They're dead, but they still have the courtesy of, quite literally, standing up, looking at you, and dying. And I just have the bouquet on here just for fun. Honestly, just as a joke act, to be fair. Because I would literally be attacking the enemy with a bouquet of flowers. Which actually does come with these flowers immediately come with the Ash of War blood tax. Which you can actually find the Ash of War itself, but it's just this weapon in particular. It's a somber weapon, so you can't take the Ash of War off or change it. So it's permanently going to be blood tax, but it's just funny that you are essentially attacking people with a bouquet of roses. Maybe I'll use this weapon, maybe I'll have this weapon equipped instead of the Swift Spear for the next invasion. If I ever get another invasion, that is. Honestly, in these areas, I actually have very little invasions. The places where I usually where I usually have it set to where I get invaded are this area, because it's a nice open area and it's close to a site of grace where I'll be respawning at. Or the area here, or this one here, and I'll just be waiting somewhere in this path, waiting to get invaded. Because then again, I'll be able to respawn at this site of grace, and yeah. The most of the times where I get invaded is specifically this area. While I wait here, I just quickly need to go check something. Alright, that person isn't... though that person isn't online yet. You know what, I'll just go to that location. Maybe I'll get an invasion there. Who knows? I might get lucky. Not in that way. Alright, multiplayer and then activating Taunter's Tongue. Which is still, in my opinion, kind of funny that you get the Taunter's Tongue from an NPC invader in Round Table Hold. And now we wait. Again. Honestly, I feel like I can take a bathroom break and come back, and I still wouldn't have been invaded. Meh, you're right, emote, but I wanted to switch it. Because what I'm doing is essentially, before I actually go and take that quick bathroom break, T-posing to assert dominance. While there's a tree burning in the background. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, and I'm back, of course. Still no invasion. It would suck if we got only like 3 invasions and then it completely died down to where almost no one is either no one is either playing Elden Ring or just not having the PvP function turned on. And the moment I get out of the T-pose, let me just quickly go back into it. I mean, obviously. Alright, that's where they spawned in. And it looks like they're gonna immediately go for the attack. Obviously, I'll let them buff. You may want to heal there, yes. Oh no! Ah, he got me with a parry. He got me with a parry. But Frost build-up, for example, if it actually triggers, the opponent will take will have reduced resistances essentially. So they'll take more damage as long as they're frozen. All right. Obviously, we don't want to look like this. Ta-da! At least that was our first, well, our first death where the invader doesn't die, at least. Like, we did have that one invader before that, where we just both killed each other with the final hit. Which, again, in my opinion, was incredibly funny. But hey, he literally got me with the parry. And I think it was using that one dagger that has like the highest critical rating. Which is actually great if you know exactly when to parry certain moves. Like, it'll have, no matter how high any other damage is for the, for like any of the other daggers or weapons, if you land the critical hit with that weapon in particular, you're gonna do insane amounts of damage if you have it fully upgraded. Because again, it has the highest crit rating of, I think, of at least any dagger. So if you have that weapon and you're good at parrying, that's probably going to be your main weapon there for a while. But hey, at least we used the Frost Breath once. You know, let's try the one incantation that I have from Bale, because you can't duplicate his heart to get the other incantation, sadly, so I'd have to get that one in my next playthrough, which I will be streaming. So yay. Well, I won't be streaming the DLC because I specifically said the base game. Because then I don't need to care about doing certain quest lines and stuff like that. I mean, hey, it is kind of funny that I used that. Alright, that is on. Now we're just waiting to get invaded here. I can actually also use the Mimic's Veil to be better, to be hidden better, but like one of the items that you can turn into in this area is literally this pillar here. I can actually show you, so. For some reason, I don't know why you would be able to look like this. It looks immediately completely out of place too, in my opinion. Yes, it does cost a small amount of FP up there, as you guys can see, but you can essentially just go and hide like this. Like with this banner, you can essentially go hide somewhere in that camp, and they will have to try and find you. Obviously, while you're disguised like that, you can also hide. Or you can also, I mean, obviously you can hide, but you'll be able to move still and stay in that disguise. As long as you don't get attacked. As you can see here. But, yeah. And I'm being invaded. Just for fun, since I've been wasting a bit of FP there. Also, most of the time when I'm standing here somewhere, I can actually see them actually load in as well. Before the message actually pops up that that I'm being invaded by that particular person. Like, again, most of the time I will be able to see them spawn in as well. Like, sometimes they'll spawn up there, or they'll spawn down there. Sometimes even all the way up there, for some reason. And this guy is taking a while to load in. Alright. Now, where did he go? There. Colossal weapon.
Hey!
Alright, they're nice. Should I? Yeah, Dragon's Maw. Damn it, I missed. Whoa! Dang it. Of course, throwing daggers. But hey. Last sight of grace, obviously. Like, that's literally right there. Wait, where is my shit? Is it like right in the... It's right in the bush here. Alright. And obviously, since I'm by myself... Now we just wait for all those status effects to wear off. And wait for the next invader. We can also just run around and do stuff while we wait.
Oi! You there? Could you help us out, Cully?
I know exactly who that is, but, you know.
You? Yeah, you there? Stop pretending you can't see me. What'd you go and do that for?
I'm just gonna be evil here. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna do his quest line when I'm soon at some point gonna start a completely new playthrough, so you don't really get much from him to begin with. We're just looking through here. And there, all the way up there, we see the mountaintop of the giants, and specifically where we light the Earth Tree on fire. All the way in the corner back there. Which we can even see from here. Like, that is actually some nice render distance, you know? Oh, we're being invaded. But, like, that is literally somewhere around the end game. Or close to end game / mid game, you know? Oh look, they're immediately aggressive and have Vike's spear. I mean, hey, they were the ones immediately attacking. They didn't even bother buffing, too. Plus, I could immediately tell they had a madness build. So they immediately had a build specifically for, like, triggering madness and getting a madness, and getting the madness status effect on their opponent. And I did mention if they're going to do that, I mean, I did say that if they're going to do that, I'm using Rot Breath on them. And I'm immediately being invaded again. That's great. Honestly, I have half a mind to do the Glintstone Breath next. If it's the same person, I'm gonna laugh. And they're also immediately going for the attack, by the looks of it. You missed. somehow dodging that, you know? I mean, they're the one wasting their FP there. And how are they avoiding that? I mean, hey. Can't win every single one, though. Like, I wonder how they were constantly avoiding the Dragon Maw immediately, you know? Ah, well. At least we didn't have to wait long to get the next invasion. And to be fair, I am kind of like easily killed since you know, I'm not able to use armor while using this transformation. And I'm already being invaded. Glintstone Breath. Like, sometimes those people that use, that spam the same Ash of War will, for some reason, invade you a couple of times. It's almost as if, like, hey, I have an easy kill here, you know? But, oh well. Probably just dumb coincidence, honestly. Oh, look, it's this person. Alright, now they're being nice. Still Glintstone Breath, though. Barbaric Roar. They proc Blood Loss, really. Again, the only reason why they knocked me out of there is because they proc Blood Loss, and right after that, I mean, not right after that, but they knocked me out of the casting there because of the Blood Loss proc there. And the second time they didn't knock me out of it because, again, Dragon Maw has hyper armor, which is why I have it on there. Like, if they, like, continuously are, like, really aggressive and knock me out of being able to cast anything, then I can use that to still try and hurt them. Or to still be able to cast something. And maybe get them off me so I can cast one of the other ones. Maybe, potentially. Right. But that was someone who invaded us before, I think. And it looks like they actually changed their they changed the weapon that they were using. Ah. But again, like in this area, I tend to get a lot of people invading me. Wizard A. You're not gonna get me from there, buddy. Take that, wizard. Out of range. Yeah, what are you gonna do? I know you're gonna spam that specific spell, so you think I'm not gonna take cover? Like they literally want me out in the open so they can immediately do that. Like, bruh. Hi, Croc and Soy. Like, obviously I'm gonna hide behind the pillar if they're gonna spam the same magic constantly. Like, that's why they're waiting there. And of course they're out of reach. Like, they're specifically trying to get me in close because I have to dodge that magic that they'll spam constantly. No. You need to go to poke for that. Like, they're literally just standing there doing nothing. Take that, wizard. Funny enough, in that particular invader, it's more like a personal grudge. Like, while I was testing out this build before to see if it's good or anything and stuff like that, they invaded me and literally did the same tactic as well. Like, just spamming spamming that particular sorcery and then just killing and then just doing nothing else. So yeah, personal grudge there. And now we wait for another invader. But hey, the one thing that apparently that wizard didn't account for is you can literally just run around him, like run around him sideways, and then he won't be able to hit you with it, or will have a low chance of hitting you. But again, they were like spamming the same spell over and over again. To be fair, because they were doing that, and obviously immediately attacking, I did the Rot Breath on them, which does get, if that actually procs the Scarlet Rot, then they're going to take damage over time for a period of time. Right. But again, like certain people will just spam the same Ash of War or same magic constantly and never change their approach, you know? Like, I've had literally people invade me who died and then just randomly invade me again, and they do the same shit all over again. Like, for example, they spam Bloodhounds, the Bloodhound's Fangs Ash of War constantly, which is nice to use in PvE, but is stupidly easy to dodge in PvP. Like, I'm not even kidding. Or people who will have one of the weapons that you get from the end game boss or the final boss of the base game, and just spam that Ash of War, which in PvP, unless you have high latency, that's also stupidly easy to dodge. You just have to time it right, because you can literally jump the wave of gold. And we're being invaded. But again, funny enough, those kinds of people. Hey, Croc! I'm going to be fighting a killer Croc apparently. Where is he? Oh, seppuku. He does realize that's gonna... I mean, I see him over there. I mean, seppuku does give a damage buff, does give a buff, but you lose like a large portion of your HP there. And they're immediately going for the attack. Surprise, bitch! One shot. So unless they proc like blood loss, they can't kick me. They can't knock me out of the casting of Dragon Maw. Honestly, it's funny that this build can one-shot invaders, which so far is, in my opinion, incredibly funny. Like the one stat that you should level to like a very specific number for PvP is vigor to 260, and which is so far what I've been doing for any build. Like I always have, no matter what kind of build I'm going for, I have 60 in vigor. And yeah, apparently a lot of people don't even bother leveling vigor, which is why they're getting one-shot by this build. Or they don't have a lot of resistances to begin with. Which, again, they probably think, oh yeah, if I'm being really aggressive and use blood loss, which, yes, I'm using too, and can be really overpowered because it does damage based on the HP of the opponent. So you can lose large chunks of health there. But you can also really quickly deplete the HP of the opponent with that, which is probably what they were going for, so that's why they didn't have a lot of HP themselves, because they were probably of the mindset of, they probably had the mindset of, if I don't get hit, I don't need HP. Or they do that tactic in like PvE and decide, oh yeah, I'm gonna try this in PvP, I'm totally gonna be OP with this, and don't account for stuff like hyper armor, which again, Dragon Maw gives me hyper armor while I'm casting it. So even if they can still damage me, but I'm going to be able to finish casting that unless they proc blood loss, apparently. Ooh, an invader. And at least I am letting the invaders fully buff before I do anything. Which is only fair. And that's where you spawn in. Really? You're immediately just gonna run away? I'm not following you, buddy. Like, they're literally trying to lure me into PvE enemy, or into NPC enemies there, so they can have an easier time trying to kill me. I'm not following you, buddy. Glintstone, wait, no, Frost Breath. Like, I know they're over there. Like, they are literally trying to taunt me into getting over there and getting attacked by those enemies there. Which is really dumb. Because I'm not falling for it, and they outweighted out the buff from the rock heart there. So that means I'm switching immediately to rock breath. Luckily, I can reapply that buff immediately. Like, now they're going for the attack. Or trying to. Because, again, they're just running straight past me to try and lure me into the NPCs there. Let me guess, Rivers of Blood 2. And dead. I mean, that's what they get for waiting out buffs, you know? Like, if that was like the physic, that's one that I can apply only once until I rest at another grace, which I can't while there is an NPC while there is an invader. So yeah. Magma breath is more like something close range. I actually want to see if I can kill someone with the frost breath. But yeah, like, they were literally, since they saw that I was running after them while they were immediately from over there, just running straight into there, hoping that I would try and follow them into that bandit camp over there. Alright, where are they? Like, honestly, if you're using, in my opinion, if you use that tactic, then it's immediately you get the most rotten tactic back as well. Oh, I see them over there. Hi there. Are you gonna return the bow? Guess not. Actually, where's that dragon claw? All right. They had incredibly low HP. And that was my first Dragon Claw kill. I should really change locations, actually. I still kind of want to kill someone with the frost breath, though. For how long have I been streaming so far? Because I did say it was a PvP stream, so... while I wait here, let me just check. Oh, my buddy Twisted is actually online right now. Anywho. Showing off me build. And I'm being invaded. I do have Frost Breath selected, right? Yep. Oh my god, it's the same person.
Hey!
Hey there. Alright, I'm using the bouquet of flowers here. Dang it. Not Rot Breath. Nice one. Like, at least they did try, like, a different approach. Honestly, if they invade me now, if they invade me again, I'm just gonna try and kill them without using the incantations, honestly. You know, to be fair. And I also won't use the Great Sword of Damnation on them. Obviously. The Swift Spear. Alright. Do-do, do-do. We can make this jump. We just have to try a bit. Actually, just in case, if we get that same guy again, hang on, where's that emote? There. So now if that's the same, if the same person is gonna invade us again, we can just do this emote here. But again, if they invade me again, I'm gonna at least give them a fair chance, you know? I will say though, they immediately knew when to dodge, or what to do to dodge the Dragon Breath. Which is fun. Like, I like it when I get a repeat invader, or if I get either repeatedly invaded by the same person, or I invade the same person again. If I do an invasion, or if I invade other people. But I like it when that happens, and the host, or the person invading you, immediately switches tactics, and doesn't do like the exact same thing that didn't work before. Like, that means that they're actually thinking, oh, all right, this guy again, maybe I should go for a different tactic here, you know? Or where they will probably think, maybe I should go for this and this instead, because that might work better, you know? And not just, hey, with this I lost before, I won't lose to him again if I use the same thing again, you know? Honestly, I think I might switch out the Swift Spear for something else. But it's more likely that I'll switch out the Flower Bouquet for a different weapon. Speaking of which, there's actually one weapon I can quickly grab out of the chest in the Grace. Which is... Oh wait, I actually have it in my inventory. Alright, never mind. Still not being invaded again? You know, let's give it a shot. It's the Dry Leaf Arts, but infused with blood. Mainly because the Ash of War actually provides hyper armor as well. And I can say, behold the power in my right hand, and just, you know, whack 'em. Because that Ash of War does provide hyper armor, by the way. I think I mentioned that like a few seconds before already. But it's just funny if they're trying to focus, to try and kill you quickly, and they just stand there and get hit by the Palm Blast Ash of War. You know? And yes, martial arts. Quite literally, martial arts. Obviously, you can dual wield it, but that's the heavy. This is the heavy attacks essentially for this. But you also have like a different moveset if you use both hands to wield this, because obviously the entire moveset changes in light and in heavy. They come out a bit faster and stuff like that. But I mainly have that now in... I am going to mainly try this out with the Ash of War, essentially. Simply because I'd like some other stuff that gives me hyper armor. So that I don't have to constantly only rely on the Dragon's Maw for hyper armor. Actually, let me I wonder if I can quickly switch the incantation here. Memorize magic. So, take that one off. Take Bales off. Ah, here it is. Oh, it takes up 2 slots. Alright, so I can put the Frost Breath back. Essentially, this is like the incantation, or this Dragon's Roar is what you get when you kill that one dragon that is like, that you can kill in the early game to get like a bunch of runes. This is essentially the roar that it does. And again, you can buy it at the Dragon Communion for the Dragon Hearts that you will literally obtain for killing it. And it'll also unlock this incantation in that store, essentially. I've actually never tried it out, to be fair. So I have no idea if that has hyper armor or stuff like that. Sorry for the coughing as well. I recently took some medicine that should help against the whole slime, the slime that I have left in my throat still. Which is also why during yesterday's stream I all of a sudden mid-stream coughed up like a lot of slime all of a sudden from out of nowhere. Well, I say a lot, it's like, you know, you get the point, honestly. You don't need too much information there. Alright, we're 1.5 hours in, and so far the invasions have been going great, and at the start maybe a bit slow-ish, but still been going good, in my opinion. Oh, that's a skull. For a second there I thought, what's this? Honestly, at this point, we're probably going to do like a couple more invasions, and then I'll probably end the stream for today as well, because honestly, I forgot to record today, so that's why you get this stream instead. You know, maybe I should move locations. Where would actually be a nice area to get invaded in? Or at least a different area. Sorry about that. Alright, the bug up there. And since there was a loading screen... Also, in here, it would be mean if I used Rot Breath. Because it's a corridor where they essentially cannot escape. Let me just get rid of this guy real quick. The power of Rot Breath compel thee to death. I mean, yeah, that cost me 1 FP flask, but hey. Now, if we get invaded, we can essentially just fight on the bridge. But, like, I did say that, or like a while back, that before I do that stream where I go from beginning to end of the game, that, first off, that at that point it's going to be the last stream that I do for a while on in Elden Ring. And I would, after that stream, also completely overlevel this character. But, I would, I actually completely lost trail of thought immediately. Huh. Let me think here for a sec. Right, that I was gonna... Right. So I said that that would be the last stream that I do for Elden Ring for a while. And that there were, before I do that stream and that entire run of probably several hours long, that there were only a couple of things that I wanted to grab in the DLC before I do that, which so far I've essentially gotten everything except that one Madness Talisman, but I don't really think that is worth it right now, since I won't use Madness whatsoever. Plus, Madness is something that only affects other players, so in PvE, which is going to be the majority of that stream, obviously with PvP turned on, I will not be using Madness, seeing as, quite literally, the Dragon Cult incantations require faith in Arcane. And there are no invaders here. At this rate, I might as well just say the next invader that I get is going to be the last one for the stream. Simply because we're now again at the point where it's going to take a while before I get an invader. Well, honestly, I'm just grabbing stuff right now anyway. The Roa fruit, to begin with, is something you only can use to create the dried Roa fruit, which you can feed to Torrent. But hey, I think there are some other uses you have for it too. It's just that not many people use it. Yeah, why not get invaded? Maybe we should try here at Stormhill Shack. Wonder what this is. Golden seed. Well, those are completely useless for me right now, since I have the HP and FP flasks at maximum, so I can't increase the amount any further. So thanks for that one, brother. And now we just wait. I actually like the Ghost Flame Breath, to be honest. It's also a dragon cult incantation that you can obtain in the DLC. I actually need to check if there are any more of those incantations. But primarily, if I'm gonna look up any like type of magic that the DLC adds, that would be if there are any more thorn sorceries that it added aside from impenetrable thorns. Because it would be nice if we get more of the of those kinds of incantations, you know. Mm-hmm. 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 I'm just destroying the surroundings here. I'm just vandalizing what's left of this shack at the moment. There's still a fence intact over here. Honestly, the reason why I was looking for other places to get invaded is because I don't really want to go to those already known locations, but it looks like I might have to. Alright. Now we just need to wait. And let's hope let's hope we at least get one more invader. You know, with Dragon Maw giving me hyper armor, I'm actually tempted to do an invasion at least one time to see if, you know, if I can one-shot anyone who's trying to attack me with it. Might be worth a shot. You know what? Why not? Oh, I thought for a second there, the moment I wanted to try that, it said you're being invaded. Both near and far. Now, we're not gonna care about the runes if I lose any. So now we're just waiting to get the thing for, hey, you're invading another player's world. Also, just immediately. If they know this weapon, there's a good chance that they'll immediately back off. Or they're just going to focus on me immediately. So yeah, I think with an invasion is what we'll end the stream off on. So we have a compass over there. And I think they're down the elevator. Wait. Or they're up the elevator. Looks like it. I can hear them fighting. Or not. Oh, so they're downstairs. Because, again, like, I can't go through here, so... Oh, yeah, invisible wall, so they must have gone further down then. I have no idea where we are anyway. Is there like... What the hell? Where are they? Let me just reposition. Hopefully at a better spot. Oh yeah, there they are. Bloodhound's Fang, alright. Wait, don't tell me the host died. Yo, 2v1 and I won mainly because of the NPC enemies here. I didn't deserve that win. I did not deserve that win. I definitely did not deserve that win. In my opinion, because I got help. I had help from the NPCs, so in my opinion, I didn't. I seriously did not deserve that win. Just recover real quick. Both near and far. And again, Dragon Maw, Hyper Armor. At least because I teleported, it immediately got rid of the Wondrous Physic buff that I had. But I still could use the Rock Heart, obviously. But yeah, the only reason most likely why I won there is because I had help from the NPC enemies that they did not kill. And immediately aggroed because they tried to do a jump attack and fell down. And immediately alerted all of them. Also, the host was using Bloodhound's Fang, which is, in PvP, stupidly easy to dodge. Unless, you know, tight corners. Which, again, they were in a mine shaft, so... And yes, we're invading someone else again. Never mind. Never mind. It immediately failed, so probably those people that the game had selected for me to invade most likely either turned off multiplayer at that point or entered like a boss room or obviously turned off the game. But more likely is that they probably turned off multiplayer or something like that. Which, in all fairness, unless I actually load into the boss, if I actually load into their world and they do that, then, well, actually, if I am to load in and it says like an error occurred, that means that they immediately turned off the game the moment they got invaded. But most of the time, if I immediately get kicked once I load in, that's just because they at that point probably entered a boss room where, you know, I can where I can't go or multiplayer isn't allowed, unless obviously, unless they have allies helping them out for that boss fight. But while they are entering a boss arena, they can't get invaded, so. Alright. Here it goes. Ah. Yay, this time it succeeded. Alright, am I immediately gonna get ganked, I wonder? I would hope that I don't get NPC help. Because then it just feels like I don't deserve the win, honestly. Ooh, DLC. It's a wizard. I see 2 people over there. Hi there, furled finger. Madness. Are you sure you want to do that? Really? Ouch. Ouch. They're gonna get me. Oh no, they're gonna get me. Honestly, I could just focus on the host, but I should just take care of the phantom first. They're both just trying to get me at range. Hey, you know what? You missed, buddy. Like, they're trying. Ouch. You did lock on there, buddy. Do I have anything else? No. Sadly, I don't. Damn it, they still got me though. Again, I have 0 armor, so I take a massive amount of damage. Yeah. And I'm probably not fully prepared for actually invading other people with this build. Alright. At least I got the wizard once with the Great Sword of Damnation. Honestly, I'm just invading right now with the Great Sword of Damnation out so that they actually back off or not instantly go for me. Actually, yeah. Let's go with that, and alright. Invading someone else. Maybe I can actually get them with Dragon's Maw, if I'm lucky here. Like, if they get close and I just attack them with Dragon's Maw immediately, if they get too close. As long as they don't proc a status buildup, I guess. Like Blood Loss, because that so far has been able to knock me out of it. Wow. Alright. Speaking of that occurring, it literally said there, they entered a boss area, so... Whoops, wrong one. I mean both, I need it to be both near and far. Because with both near and far, it'll send me anywhere in the game. And with near only, that means like in the general area that I'm right now. Like in the entirety of like Rea Lucaria, for example, over there. Like stuff like there is where I'll be able to invade if I only go near. And again, with both near and far, it's anywhere in the game. Right. I have Dragon Maw selected. Alright, so... I think I'll do one or two more where I invade other people, and then I'll end the stream for today. And yes, that's a enemy I can kill there to get, I think, the Ice Spear Ash of War. That guy also only spawns at night and is essentially like a small mini-boss. You have a couple of those, actually, throughout the entire game area. There is also one that is essentially where you fight two of those at once, and if you kill both of them, you get the entire armor set. And I think one of the weapons that they use. But I already have the entire armor set, so that's the one thing I cared about, getting the armor set. It's the cool looking black armor set anyway. Alright. Let's hope we don't get kicked immediately because they enter the boss area. Oh. Alright, so where are they? Because I don't have a compass. Are they up here? Well, the enemies are dead over here. Oh, I think I know where they are. They're down there, aren't they? Like, they're somewhere down there in the area. I think. Because all the enemies here are dead. I don't have a compass either. I didn't have them before, so I'm assuming they're up there then. Or down there. Oh boy. Leap of faith. I think they're somewhere here. Like, they can't rest at a grace while I'm here, so... So they definitely went up here. I mean, hey, they've been killing things so far. They are in this direction now, though. Oh, there they are. 3 versus 1. Wow. That's for making me wait doing all that, you know? Host vanquished. And destined death. Wow. Alright. I mean, hey. It's a 3 against 1. Me immediately using Rot Breath is fair. Although the fact that I first killed the host. Now that is new. Well, with that incantation. But again, it was a 3-on-1. Whoops, wrong one. Rockheart. Wrong item. Both near and far. They literally made me go down onto the invisible floor, following them the entire way, and just to find out, oh yeah, it's a 3-on-1. Of course, at that point, I'm going to take advantage of them being in a narrow corridor. Alright, I think I'll make this also the last one for this stream, and then I'll end the stream, obviously. At least I hope you guys so far have been enjoying it. I still think it's incredibly funny that we started off this stream with me and the invader killing each other with one hit. Or, well, it's essentially me and the invader killing each other. Me with a spear, and the invader with the meteoric greatsword, Ash of War. Actually, I don't know if the Swift Spear is from the DLC or not. I have no idea where I obtained it. It's just because I'm just using it right now. It's because it has a pretty fast light attack. Oh, free Ashen Capital. Oh, that's where they are. Hi there. Did they not notice me? I didn't notice the third one, though. Really? How the hell? Gang squad here. Again, gang squad here. Oh, fuck you, asshole. Let me guess, it's a host with heavily overleveled phantoms. Fuck off. Also, that pointing down emote is one of the more toxic things you can do. And I don't want to end it off on that one. No offense. Like, I want to have it at least end off to be a decent fight and not a gank. And not like a toxic gank like that. Because one of them was wearing full bull goat, which is one of the heaviest armor sets in the game. So the fact that they were rolling around with it easily, they probably had like a lot of points into endurance so that they could actually move with that shit on. So at least that guy with the full bull goat, if I saw that correctly, they were most likely heavily overleveled. Like, fuck off, that was annoying. Like, you'll literally have lower level hosts who will have higher level, much higher level, password summoned phantoms helping them out and killing any invader, and then they'll do that point down emote or something like that. Like, they're literally making fun of lower level or of people with lower level in that scenario. Because the invader is like around the same level as the host. So if the host is low level with overpowered phantoms, then the invader stands almost no chance. Anyway, enough about that gank. And let's just hope that the next invasion we get is normal. But seriously though, fuck those guys. Funny thing is, they didn't get jack shit for killing me since I have 0 runes, so that's something that those kinds of ganks do as well, or will try to do, just to have like an easy rune, allegedly easy rune farm, you know? But a percentage of nothing is still nothing. At least that's what I'm assuming. Because I did hear the host or invader, if they manage to kill a phantom or host, will get a percentage of the runes they have at that point. Or like, they won't physically get the percentage of runes, it's just they'll take like a percentage of that amount of runes and you'll get that percentage, but they won't technically lose a thing if I remember that correctly. But still, underleveled hosts and then having overleveled phantoms. Fuck off. That is like, in general, it is okay as long as they're not being toxic, you know? Like, one of those phantoms was doing there immediately. Honestly, I don't mind getting ganked all that much. It's just what you do afterwards, you know? Alright. Let's hope this invasion goes okay. Never fucking mind. And now we just wait. That's the second time that has happened, actually, where it says couldn't join the session. I wouldn't be surprised that the amount of times where it says couldn't join this particular session is because they were on PC and were probably using like the seamless co-op mod. Which, yeah, it is easy if you have like it makes it easier to go around with like friends around the entire area because you'll be able to ride torrent and stuff like that as well. You'll be able to still summon spirit summons and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't really see the use in seamless co-op because I think it can create like certain scenarios that are just completely bullshit. For example, the host and stuff and their helpers like both summoning the spirit summon mimic tier, and then you just have to fight a copy of both the host and their helper, and then the helper and their the host. You know. Yeah. But anyway. Alright, let's hope this one goes okay. Or at least that I can load in. Because I really don't want to end the stream on that toxic gank. Oh no. What the hell is with the gank here? Oh, fuck off. Hey, look, it's a blasphemous fat ass. Like, they were just immediately there spamming poison arrows. And also, I pressed the thing to use something and it didn't. Also, how the hell did they dodge the dragon maw there? Fuck off. Like, they were fucking stationary. How did they dodge it? Honestly, that's my only complaint of that invasion. Like, how the hell, while they were stationary and firing arrows repeatedly, specifically poisonous ones, how the hell did they dodge? Also, the host was probably trying to take advantage of the explosive part of that spell to knock me off the edge immediately. Why not, you know? Alright. At least I load in. Is it just a lone host? Yeah, there's someone hiding around the corner, I feel like. Or not. Or they just have Taunter's Tongue active. Courteous bow, at least. So I think they just have Taunter's Tongue active. No using Rot Breath here. Oh, fuck off. So they did have a helper here. Who conveniently jumped down while I was there. Ah well, at least they weren't being toxic about it. And they did give back the bow. They at least returned the bow, so... I wasn't expecting the helper to come from the ceiling, though. That was like a real what the fuck moment. And I immediately invade someone else the moment I put down the sign. Great. If I invade the same people again. Bad host finger. Alright. Right, where are they? Oh, they're still up there, I think. I think they're still up there. I bring a bouquet of roses to you, host. Yeah, they're still over there. Host, I bring you flowers, but no chocolates. Wait a second. Yeah, I kind of figured. Wait, are they AFK? I think they were. Oh. Alright. If they want me to backstab them. I mean, do they want me to backstab them? Alright. This is a weird one. I mean, if they'll let me, I'll finish them off with the Ash of War here. I mean, hey, couldn't resist doing that once, at least. Do they want me to finish them off with a backstab? Like, what the hell? Ah, sure, why not? You can backstab me too. It's probably gonna kill me, though. This is a funny one to end off on, I think. Whoops. This is a funny one to end off on. Alright. Wrong emote. I actually do feel bad for this one. He was actually using the Mimic's Veil to hide. Like, if you know what objects are supposed to be in certain areas, you can kind of tell when someone is, when something isn't there, or when something is there and it's not supposed to be. But, yeah. With that one, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. That's actually a great one to end off on. Because that was just funny. Like, we started with a funny invasion and we ended with a funny invasion. So, why not? Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And I will see you guys in the next video or stream of whatever I'll be making and or streaming. So yeah, bye.